Nerd alert! Nerd alert! Nerd alert!
Nerd alert! Nerd alert!
Nerd alert!
Nerd alert!
Nerd alert!
It's our voices with your imagination. Our theories take us down endless rabbit holes. We give our fellow nerds something to consider at the gaming table. Follow us as the Nerd Pow Wow.
All right, nerds. So we've kind of come to the table. We're going to do a nerd alert today. Each of us going to come up with some ideas. I've got a couple I'd like to. One's about a show that I found on Netflix that I think is absolutely it's hilarious. It's called Big Mistakes. It's on Netflix. It stars Dan Levy, which is the son of Eugene Levy, eyebrow guy.
That's the dad, yeah. Eugene,
That's the dad. He was in American Pie.
Big eyebrows guy.
Yeah, big eyebrows guy. But anyways, Dan Levy's his son, and in this, so basically Dan Levy plays in Schitt's Creek. He's hilarious in that.
Eugene.
But yeah, he's absolutely. Basically, he's a pastor. He has a sister that's a school teacher, and the mom in that is Laurie Metcalf, which everybody remembers Roseanne if they're our age.
Oh yeah.
So she was Jackie in Roseanne. So basically, it starts off with they're just bored with life. The school teacher, the sister, she's hurting for money and steals this necklace. And all of a sudden, this just goes down a big old rabbit hole. They get involved with the mob, the Brazilians. It's just hilarious. Let's see, her grandmother passes away, and Laurie Metcalf's character, the mom, she finds this necklace that the daughter had stolen and put it on the dead grandma. Well, dead grandma was buried with the necklace. Well, the mob said, "You need to get that necklace now. Bring it to us." So the end of the first episode was them digging up this grave to exhume the grandma to get the necklace back. They return the necklace, and all of a sudden, the main guy named Ivan gives cell phones. "You are now my friends. You will answer when I call." And it just goes from that. Ivan makes them do these hilarious things. They're running cocaine for the Brazilians, and the way they're doing it is they're doing it through cows. They're putting the cocaine in the bull's testicles. And then they go to these bull auctions and win the bulls. And then they cut out the cocaine.
Yikes.
That poor bull.
Yeah, poor bull. So Dan Levy's character is gay, but he's hiding it. So he's a pastor. And in the church, they usually don't come out. At one point, he did quit the pastorhood, came out of the closet, but that was just a big old mess and all. The boyfriend, I think he liked at the time that he came out of the closet, but then he didn't like being out of the closet anymore. There's just so many fun points. There's so much comedy in it, and Dan Levy's just a hilarious character altogether.
He is. I really loved him in Schitt's Creek.
Oh yeah,
And it sounds like it's the same kind of like ludicrous shit happening. I've not seen the show, but it sounds like the same kind of humor. Like everything's off the rails all the time.
It really is, and yeah, with Schitt's Creek, I always said they're like my family. I am the dad, and then the mom is my wife, and then Alexis is my daughter, and then Dan Levy played my stepson Tyler. It just really. It's just my family.
Out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, if you haven't seen it's only 8 episodes. If you haven't seen Big Mistakes, I would really check it out.
Big mistakes.
Big
Well,
mistakes.
it would be a big mistake not to check it out.
I agree. If you like the laugh, you should watch it.
I do like the laugh.
So that was my short little nerd alert.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to continue on, because the other thing I brought to the table was kind of, hey, this is what I've been hearing. This is what I think. What do you guys think? And that's about the X-Men in the MCU.
Yeah,
Hey,
let's plow right into it. We got Wolverine up on the screen already, so.
Yeah. It's big. I mean, I remember in the 90s when X-Men animated series was out, I was collecting comics and they always were rumored to do an X-Men movie. And then finally in 1999, they did an X-Men movie, and just fanboy all the way. I like them all, and I know I've and this isn't a popular opinion, but X-Men: The Last Stand I actually like, and I think it's a good movie. Not many people agree, but
Hey, that's all right. If you enjoy it, that's all that matters, right? And
right.
hey, I mean, it was delivering on a promise, something that we wanted since we were kids, right?
Oh, easily.
Yeah, I still remember being miffed at my parents that I couldn't watch Generation X, I think it was. Is that the 90s live action thing? I thought it was going to be so cool because it was going to be live action X-Men. But out of all of the things my parents let me watch, that wasn't one of them, which is infuriating. I remember watching the Freddy movies when I was like 4 or 5 with my brothers. So it's like, but hey, you know, it is what it is. So yeah, what are the rumors with what's going on with the MCU? I'm kind of out of touch with things.
Well, the one thing I'm excited about is they're bringing back a lot of the cast from the original X-Men movies. James Marsden is Cyclops. Patrick Stewart. No, I don't believe Patrick Stewart's coming back. He should, but I think he's retired.
I thought he was.
Yeah, I read that. I read that he was retired. Then I read that he was coming back. So, fanboy wants him back. Channing Tatum is Gambit, and then I believe I can't remember her name. The woman that played Jean Grey in the first 3 X-Men movies.
Famke Janssen.
Yes, I've heard she's coming back as well. Kelsey Grammer is Beast, and of course Hugh Jackman is Wolverine.
Some of them. Go ahead.
I'm wondering how they're gonna kill off all these characters.
I don't think they're gonna kill them off. I think they're going to. I think they're gonna multiverse them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
Because I've already heard of casting of younger people for the X-Men for continuing on the franchise, all this other stuff. I mean, a lot of these people are just not going to fit for the next 10 years of movies. So they've got to do something to do that. And one thing, I don't know if you've heard this yet, Wayne. This is kind of a new rumor, or not rumor. It's true that's coming out for sure. They're re-releasing Endgame in September, and with additional footage that will tie it to Doomsday.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't hear that. I would love that.
Yeah, what it is or how it's coming out, I don't know, but I know it is happening for sure. It's a certain thing that's happening. Feige came out and talked about it, so there'll be a re-release of Endgame, and we'll see some stuff that's going to tie it over to Doomsday. So we'll see how that works out.
But I think you're right. The next 10 years, they can't keep these actors, especially Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen. They're getting up there in age. They need to just enjoy themselves.
Yeah, I mean, their lives. All of them, and I would rather see, I'd much rather see the younger, fresh cast of X-Men and stuff. Unpopular opinion with you, but I'm not a fan of the X-Men movies. I felt like they were rushed, not enough character development. I didn't mind some of the casting. Obviously, some of the casting was really good, but now it's been however many years ago, and the characters just don't fit anymore. So I'd really like to see a whole new cast come in for them. We'll see. Yeah, they're really doing a good job keeping shit under wraps because I have no idea.
The X-Men's really a franchise that I could see benefiting from long-form content. Give us a TV series that's 8 hours long. Then you can actually develop the characters out a little bit, and give us a good X-Men story involving more than just Wolverine and like 2 other guys. And just throw everybody else in, no background, nothing. You just you know them from the comics. There you go.
Yeah, that is what they did back in the 1999. They're just like, here's the X-Men. If you weren't a fanboy, you probably didn't know who they were at all.
And they have a chance here too. The television would be great, but they have a chance here also to do, because I'm not a big fan of these little supposedly character development things they've done on Disney Plus, like I found a lot of them to be kind of weak, semi-enjoyable but kind of weak. I'd rather see them do what they did for the original mechanism that worked. Go back to the original concoction. You have a Storm movie, you have a Colossus movie, you have and they all start tying in to a bigger thing. You could even have the other characters in there, just that it's just an episode or a movie that focuses on one character. And that gives you some built-in things. I mean, that's the mechanism that worked so well. We had the Iron Man movies, the Thor movie, the Captain America movie. They were, they worked well. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know why the people think that's broken. It's not broken. We just moved away from it.
X-Men Origins Wolverine happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
But again,
Even though I love the movie, but yeah.
that was not MCU either, though. It's like meh.
That's true.
Anything that they put out was meh to me. I honestly didn't hate that one as much as I didn't like the other X-Men movies.
Fair enough.
But,
fair
yeah.
enough. Now, Maribe, you were telling me about Endgame and some shenanigans going on with that.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying, where they're putting extra content into Endgame that's going to tie it to Doomsday, and it's coming out. It's being re-released to theaters in September 25th.
Nice.
So
excited for that.
And it's additional content. It'll be integrated in the movie. Like, it's not another after the credits scene, anything else. They're going to integrate it in the movie. It'll be in different places in the movie. And I don't know, they're being really tight-lipped about it other than the fact that it's happening. So I don't know if it's going to happen like in several places in the movie or if it's going to dump into one spot. No fucking clue. I have no idea. They're being very tight-lipped about it. So it's not I don't think it's going to alter any of the information in Doomsday or in Endgame. Rather, it will just include some things that'll tie it further in. So
Yeah, they had that little trailer with the X-Men. They showed Cyclops on James Marsden on his knees shooting his optic blast. It appeared there was a Sentinel walking behind him.
that's too much content for them to throw into one movie. So it's all going to be like some kind of glimpse into a parallel Earth. It's going to be, I think that's just my thoughts. It's going to be a very brief piece. So we'll see.
Yeah, unless they do with Infinity War, and then basically those are 2 3-hour movies. So you had 6 hours of basically one movie.
Yeah.
Just had to wait a couple years in between. I
What
don't see
movie
them doing
first
that.
started that trend? What was the first movie that started the to be fucking continued for movies? What was that? It was killed me.
I really don't know.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
That one was a little bit of a to be continued.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not here for it. I don't mind a continuing story, but don't leave me at a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I don't know. It just gets old.
What if they don't get
Well,
signed for another season? Now things are left undone, or another movie.
Right.
You know?
Wolverine and the X-Men series. They had one season. They left on a huge cliffhanger and just didn't do season 2. Oh, I'm still mad about that.
Yeah.
I loved Wolverine and the X-Men.
I don't know. I'm kind of really ready for Wolverine to not be the only thing that they can count on for all X-Men stories. There's so many characters. Like Wolverine in the comics he's important in the comics, but he's not the biggest X-Men. He's X-Man. He's not the, you know what I mean? There's other ones that carry as much clout and weight, like take Storm, for instance, or Cyclops, These characters are just as important in the story of the X-Men in the comics. And it just, everybody falls down to the little Canadian hard ass. And I like him a lot. It's not that I don't like him. I just don't like one trick pony type stuff. You know, we're like, you know what'll make this better? Throw Wolverine at it. You know what'll make this good? Throw Wolverine at it. You know what will sell tickets? Throw Wolverine at it. I'm like, oh, just stop.
Well, that's
Tell a
Bo
story.
DeMeo.
What's
Bo
that?
DeMeo agrees with you because when they made X-Men 97, they made it a point not to have Wolverine the focal point.
True.
Yeah, don't do it.
Because even in the animated series, it was Wolverine. I
Yeah,
mean, they tried to have other characters, but it was Wolverine.
yeah,
It really
it is,
was.
and it's just that's to me that's not comic book writers making stuff. That's people who want to make money making
Mhm.
stuff. You know what I mean? I want to see stuff that's being done by people who appreciate the comics, not trying to make a money off of the popular characters. So
For
'Cause
sure.
if you think about the Avenger movies, I think they did a good job of not really focusing on one character. I think they did a good job for the most
yeah,
part.
the ensemble really worked well. It was
Yeah.
everybody had their moments. There
Mhm.
wasn't the clear because the closest thing to the character that was kind of a little bit bigger than the other one was probably Iron Man, and
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
was they almost recognized it internally in the show because he's so full of himself. You know what I mean? Of course,
Right.
he'd be the one who's the biggest, and they like the show almost recognized it in its characters and gave him shit for it. So I kind of like that they were like, you know, the world doesn't revolve around you, Tony. So we'll have a civil war if we have to. So, but yeah,
Oh, a third release of Morbius? I missed that.
Yeah,
Let's
they're Sony. They're gonna have to put that back in theaters for a third release. I think
I
I
must
think
have missed the second one.
I think they'll get people. Yeah, they did a second. So people memed it enough that the Morbius movie was gonna do great if they added "It's Morbin Time" or some. I don't know.
Oh
There's
no.
some meme with that, and they did. Sony was like, "Oh, we'll re-release Morbius. It did awful, so we'll re-release it." And then it did so much worse the second release. It's like, what? Why would you?
you know, that's such a to me. I don't know. Like here I am in Mentor, Ohio, talking about how much better I could do a freaking story, but I feel like the story's just bad.
Yeah.
The directing is bad. I'm like, I don't know how anybody watches that and be like, that's the one. That's the one that's gonna bring our Spider-Man villain
Yeah.
universe to the freaking charts. Who the fuck watched this? It sure as hell wasn't a comic book person. It was a group of people who were. It was a group of old white dudes who were impressed by cool science or special effects, thinking this will wow
Yeah.
the comic book masses. I'm like, get out of here.
Wow, it's
Well,
like
it's like
there's
the
1,000 bats that come out of that cave. Whoa!
It worked
This is
for
gonna
Batman.
this is gonna do so good.
It's
Or the same
garbage.
writers that decided to make Leon in Resident Evil a wimp.
Yeah, did not
Garbage.
consult with the fans. Did not.
No.
Did not consult with Seraph.
Yeah.
I guarantee they did it.
Fuck no,
Well,
they didn't.
It doesn't make sense. Like these movies are for the fans,
Yeah.
but you're not taking the fans into consideration.
Yep.
I just don't get it. I don't get it at all. Shit doesn't make any sense to me.
It's like they're trying to tell their own story, but they're pulling away from the original story so much that I think maybe they're trying too hard, or maybe in their eyes it's amazing and they really like it, and it's just not coming off that way.
I
So
don't get it. I don't get it.
Nope.
Makes no sense to me. But whatevs. Hopefully I'm cautiously optimistic about Doomsday and all this other stuff. So we'll see.
well, just like the first three X-Men, even if it's not a great movie, the X-Men are in it. So I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna
Gonna have to.
fanboy it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just like this on the screen, you got the Wolverine game that comes out September 15th.
Yep.
Hopefully it's not a horrible game because I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna play it first day. And
Did I read that that's built
is
on
what it
the?
is.
Did I read that's built on the same um, system as the Spider-Man game? The same
Same universe,
call
yeah.
it? Platform, yeah.
Yep.
That
Yeah,
should
it's gonna
do
be
well then.
PlayStation 5 exclusive, single player, story driven.
Boo! Exclusives. Boo!
You know what they do? They always Steam gets it a year later or something.
Usually. Yeah. Yep.
Steam usually gets it.
Yep.
It says it's going to focus on Logan's past and identity, much darker and more brutal than Spider-Man. This is not a light Marvel game. This is a full Wolverine tone. So there's going to be a lot of blood, a lot of killing.
I'm here for it.
Fast, violent combat with claws, berserker-style rage mechanics, cinematic action sequences.
Is that picture a picture from the game itself?
It is, yeah.
They're using,
I think it's going to be the cover.
They're using the Deadpool Wolverine costume. That's absolutely the Deadpool Wolverine costume.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of that, thank you for bringing that up. I need to poll you guys. So, in the Wolverine and Deadpool movie, he starts off with yellow sleeves. And then at some point in the movie, he no longer has sleeves. When did it come off? Or did he just one scene, there were no more sleeves, and that's the way the rest of the movie
Did it
went?
happen in the fight with him going back and forth fighting with Deadpool?
I don't know. They just, at one point, they were gone.
Huh.
He had yellow sleeves. His arms weren't showing it at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the sleeves were gone.
Well, I'll be damned.
I know. I was watching it again. I was talking to one of my coworkers. I'm like, "Hey, he lost his sleeves."
It was when he was fighting. It was when he was fighting Deadpool, specifically inside the Honda Odyssey.
I love the fact they had a Honda Odyssey. I mean, of all cars,
you don't get much more like mom van, soccer mom van than that.
Yep.
And then going to Nova's compound. There's Electra driving, and
yeah.
Hey, here comes the van.
It reminds me so much of just, like me and my brother fighting his kids in the car or whatever, it's just like, you have mom's van and kids are in the back fighting. Oh, man. What a good movie.
Knock it off, you two.
Yeah. Don't make me turn this car around.
I love the parent swinging the no-look weapon around.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to catch a kid. It's fucking just trying to catch a kid in the backseat.
Look, it was terrifying when my mom would do that, because if she was swinging at us at the back seat, she didn't have a hand on the steering wheel.
All right, we're done.
No, please.
Don't kill us all.
Oh man, that's great. I just saw that Devil May Cry gets a season 2 on May 12th, so that's coming out soon. Not a nerd alert I was planning, but a nerd alert that I found out about.
So. Nerd alert!
But they have the same producer, Adi Shankar, who also did Castlevania. So that's gonna be pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited. I really like that series.
They did good with it.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Any more Marvel / X-Men? Any of that nerd alert?
I think
I say we go on to the next, because we probably could talk Marvel.
Yeah.
Thor flew and ran the
two
face.
people.
All right.
Yeah, there's just so much.
Well, we're gonna go into some murky waters, or you could even say dark water. Mariah, this looks interesting. Tell me more.
So this was a fantastic series. I strongly suggest people watch it. It was just really good. Has one small downside to it, is that the whole concept, there's this intelligent, like, oily substance that is growing through the oceans of the world, and this small group of heroes are trying to get the 13 treasures that will allow them to get rid of this dark water. There's another villainous group, and they're another group of pirates. They're also going after the 13 treasures so that they can use it to control the dark water. Use it for nefarious means rather than, just saving the people. But I can't emphasize how good and how well produced this was. Just to give you some ideas, I don't know if you know who George Newbern is. He was decent actor. He was in a lot of things. He's the voice of Ren, but the big ones are for the mini series, the Niddler, one of the bird-like creature, that was Roddy McDowall, and later on became Frank Welker. Frank Welker is uh, Megatron, uh, Soundwave. That's Frank Welker doing one of the main character voices. Um, Hector Ios, the other pirate guy in the group there. There's four of them. There's Niddler, Ren, Ios, and Tula as the main crew. And Ios is Hector Elizondo. He's another huge actor. Has been in a million things. Um, Peter Cullen is the voice of Mantis, who you see there, the second from the right, hiding behind Blath. Tim
RoboCop.
Curry did Conk. I mean, there's just
Oh wow.
massive voices in this. Frank Welker's all throughout it. Honestly, he even does the Dark Dweller, which is the creature that's growing through the oceans. You couldn't get a bigger group of actors in here and people household names. And the series went 2 seasons. It's fantastic. The downside is that it got canceled after they only found 8 of the 13 treasures.
Oh,
And they think the main reason they did is because the cartoons of the early '90s were very procedural. You had your monster of the week. They didn't have, it was what happened that week. They didn't have a continuing story. This one was directly, you're waiting for the next week to see what happened, And even though they were kind of finding a treasure per show, roughly, people felt like it was too. I think people felt like it was too. You had to watch. You couldn't miss an episode. And TV at that time was not big on that outside of like Housewives and their soap operas. But it's a damn shame because it's just I can't like even though it doesn't have a direct ending, it isn't exactly a cliffhanger either, but it's just so good. You should absolutely watch it.
Niddler looks really familiar to me. I had to have
Oh,
seen
really?
this before. Yeah, 100%.
It's possible. It was really good. I'm like
Yeah.
I said, so they had this weird like this show came about too. It had a 5-part mini series, and that's when Roddy McDowall was the voice of Niddler. And then they liked it so much they decided to make it a series. So then they had season 1 and season 2, and that's when Frank Welker took over Niddler's voice. But I mean, these people were, they were the kid's a prince from a dying king who, he's on this mission as the prince. Their ship was called the Wraith. I mean, they had all kinds of cool shit. Like, it was just a good thing. And it was also a Hanna-Barbera cartoon, and in my mind, Hanna-Barbera couldn't go wrong with cartoons in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Everything from Space Ghost to the Herculoids to the more well-known ones like the Flintstones and Yogi Bear and
Oh yeah.
the Smurfs. The Smurfs were on Hanna-Barbera. I mean, they were masters of animations. It's just really too bad that they went to the wayside because I loved. They got eaten up in the time in Warner Communications and everything else ended up eating them up. And the two gentlemen, they were Hanna and Barbera just aged out. They passed away in the early 2000s. I think one was 90 and the other one was like 95 when they passed. But they just weren't there to keep the business alive, and they were the lifeblood of it before. But
Yeah.
so it's fun. Like, I think this show should be watched. There's 21 episodes. I think they're like 20-minute episodes. I think it should watch. I should always check to see where you can watch it before I bring something like this up, because it'll be like the anime X-Men where we can't find the damn
Yeah,
thing.
it doesn't exist.
it was Tubi. It's on
Can
Tubi.
you really
Oh,
watch it
that
on
makes
TV?
sense.
Wow. So it's free.
Yep.
Watch
Like
it.
it's, yeah, you got
There's no excuse
YouTube,
not to
Apple
watch it.
TV, Fandango, and Amazon Prime. You have to pay for, but it's
Yep.
free on Tubi.
Watch it on Tubi. It's really great. I mean, the acting, the characters, it has just a good feel to it. So I just wanted to I want more people to experience it. There's a big following for it. They've even talked about like there's fan castings for it constantly.
Yeah.
It's got always still has a big following, but
Mhm.
nothing's ever been done with it. So hopefully somebody watches our podcast and says, I should make a movie.
Yeah, we got to finish it. They got to find the last 5 treasures.
We should see how much it would cost to buy the rights to this so that we could produce our own movie, the Nerd Pow
There you
Wow
go.
original
Nerd
Darkwayne.
Pow Wow.
How Nerd
How
Pow
good
Wow
would that be?
presents.
Nerd Pow Wow Productions.
The Nerd Pow Wow presents. A
The
Nerd
Nerd Pow
Pow
Wow presents the Nerd Pow Wow Productions.
In association with the Nerd Pow
Nerd
Wow.
Pow Wow. All right, we're patenting it right now.
There we go.
But yeah,
Write a
really,
letter.
it should it would be really great. There was I believe that there was a game for a short time too, but it didn't go anywhere. But yeah, it really should exist. I really feel like it should. People have done I've seen previews, fan made previews, fan made clips, all kinds of stuff, but never a real one.
Yep. Looks like the Super Nintendo had the Pirates of Darkwater video game.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
really?
was good. I never played the game, but
Yeah.
it's a great series. Great series.
You can
And another one,
select the characters of being Tola, Ren, in Ayaz.
Ayaz, yeah.
Ayaz.
Yep. And then another thing, real quick, that I was looking up some pictures and stuff, and just it kind of giving myself a reminder of the show of some of the I didn't remember Ayaz's name. I remembered Ren and Niddler and Tula, but another show that I never watched, that I don't know how I missed it, that now for the next Nerd Power I'm going to watch, or the next Nerd Alert I'm going to watch, is called Exo Wars, and it's a it's like a 90s sci-fi cartoon where we terraform Earth, not Earth, Venus and Mars, and we have these, what did I call those people earlier?
Neo-humans.
Neo-Sapiens?
Neo-Sapiens, yep, that's it.
Neo-Sapiens. We start engineering these beings called Neo-Sapiens, and we're using them basically as a slave labor force, and they rebel against us, and they're led by this guy, and he's the villain in it, which I find it kind of weird that the people rebelled from being kind of enslaved, but the main show is about humans fighting against them. But I just kind of want to watch it. It seems really interesting, and it has an ending. It left it open at the end because another alien race shows up. But I really want to check that one out. It's something that I have not watched. So for the next Nerd Alert, I'll be definitely having watched the Exo Wars.
Nice.
It looks really interesting.
It does look interesting.
It was Exo Wars, right?
I think
Was it
that's
Exo
what
Wars? What's that?
I think you said Exo Wars before when we talked about it.
Yeah,
No, it's
Exo
not.
Wars.
Hold on.
Hold the phone.
Because now I'm not finding it under that name. Give me a second here.
Exo Wars likely refers to Valiant Comics superhero Exo Manuar.
Exo Man of War. No, that's not.
Exo Squad?
Exo Squad. That's it. Exo
Ah.
Squad. That's the name of it. Sorry, my bad. Exo
got
Squad.
it.
Yep.
There it is.
Yep. Exo Squad.
Exo Squad.
But
All right.
it looks interesting. You got a team of people fighting in these exoskeletons. Some of them are little mech looking. Other ones look kind of like utility mechs, like the one that they had in Aliens 2 that Ripley was using to fight the queen alien.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, I look for. I want to try it out. It's not early '90s. I like early '90s cartoons. Some decent voice acting in it. So, we'll see. I want to check it out. So, next Nerd Alert will be Exo Squad for me.
All right. An alert for Exo Squad. Loving it.
Alert for Exo Squad.
Nerd alert.
Nerd alert. Nerd alert. All
I need to get a little buzzer. I'm going to get a little Just something. Beep. Nerd alert.
Just
Nerd
a
alert.
button that says
You know, one of those, like-
nerd alert.
I want one of those red siren things.
Yeah. I could put one of my ceilings. Just nerd alert. You can probably hook one up to your Alexa Plus.
Probably could.
Alexa Plus. Nerd alert.
Nerd alert.
Oh,
nerd
I could create a routine. I wonder if it would do a flashing. I could probably. Yeah, I could. I may. Yes, I may next time. So we'll see. I didn't think about doing a routine for it.
Meanwhile,
Yep.
Mariah Bane has suffered a massive seizure trying to
Yeah.
get his Alexa light set up for something called a nerd alert.
You know,
Nerd alert.
they used to have this website. It was www.seizurerobots.com, and it literally had this Shogun Warrior looking anime robot. He's going like this as fast as he can, and lots of greens and reds flashing on the screen. It was specifically designed to
Give people
induce
seizures.
seizures in people that have flash seizure warnings. And we would like regularly change people's webs or homepages to seizurerobots.com.
Oh,
So open up the web, it would just have seizure robots going on. We never caused a seizure, unfortunately, but we tried.
the robot stuck. It's still a thing.
Is it still a thing?
That's crazy. That's
Is it
wild
really
if that
big, is it?
exists still.
No, it may not actually. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't do what you said it's going to do. But there's seizurerobots.com.
When I put in seizurerobots.com, it took me to that website. It took me to why Australia's event scene is
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too.
That's hilarious.
They're like,
yeah.
yeah, we should probably get this off the internet.
Oh, it was hilarious though.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'm trying to see if I can find a clip of the what it looked like. So yeah. So Japanese seizure robots, often associated with the phrase killer Japanese seizure robots, was a notorious earlier internet meme and shock site. It was great.
do not-
2006 to 2008.
Do not look at website if you have epilepsy or any seizure disorder.
Oh, you know what? If you Google what was seizurerobotspace.com, the second image is the image of what it looked like. And you'll see the like Shogun Warrior looking guy with the yellows, the greens, and the red background. Shit would just flash like wah 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 wah. You see it there?
That's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
You said,
Yeah.
what is
Is that a
seizure
Simpsons
robot?
thing?
Hold on. I'm gonna send it into the chat so you can see it. This is what it looked like. It was something else. That's a standard, a sitting image of it, but that's what it looked like when it was bopping around.
Bop, 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 bop.
Get your seizure robots up here.
That's crazy.
Yep, that was seizurerobots.com, man.
Yep,
The
there it is.
notorious seizure robots. Yep, it was hilarious, man. And that would just be flashing between all those reds and greens. It went nuts. We must have left that. I probably made that people's wallpaper or homepage 150 times in my life without exaggeration. Never caused one seizure, damn it.
There we go.
Oh, it's
there you
moving.
go.
We'll get this triggered one way or the other.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh. Nah, it's not fast enough to trigger anything. We're
Well, yeah,
responsible here at the Nerd Pow Wow.
The
I
Pirates
don't know
of
if
Darkwater.
responsible is the correct term, but
Responsible-ish. Ish.
we're
Responsible
something.
adjacent.
Close.
There you
I
go.
want to be responsible for a seizure. But
What's shaking?
yeah,
you?
going back to it, the Pirates of Darkwater You guys should all watch it. It's really a good show. And if we get more people clamoring, who knows? Maybe one day we'll get the continuation or live action. I think it would be great.
Yeah.
Be a
Maybe
great
we could
series,
start
be a
the
great
trend.
television series. So we'll
Start
see.
it.
All right.
Start to get some signatures.
Yeah,
Right.
some petitions. Go to my local congressman.
That's right.
All right. Well, are we ready to move on to our last one?
We are.
Let's hear it. What do
All
you
right.
got?
Nerd
Verified.
alert. We have a video game for this one. It is Vampire Crawlers. So,
Vampire Crawler.
yeah, Vampire Crawlers from the same development studio that created Vampire Survivors. It's a top-down kind of game. They have made a brand new game called Vampire Crawlers. Currently, it's available for Steam, Xbox, PlayStation 5, and Nintendo Switch. $9.99, all major retailers and digital stores like the Microsoft Store and Steam. So yeah, this turbocharged turn-based roguelite deck builder. You deal world-ending combos, blitz through infested dungeons, and master the turbo turn to obliterate hordes of familiar foes with a chaotic hand of cards. Explore maps, level up powers, and obliterate monsters in this turn-based, card-driven blobber with roguelike elements. So I had to look up what a blobber is. A blobber is a subgenre of first-person party-based role-playing games, RPGs, where the entire party moves as a single unit, or blob, through a grid-based world, and it's popularized by classics like Wizardry and Might and Magic. Big fan of the old Might and Magic games, but yeah, you have a little map that you move around with, and you go into little combats here, and you play cards to work through each level. I played the demo. It is pretty freaking sweet. It just released yesterday, so I'm probably going to be picking that game up here soon. Yeah, it looks a lot of fun. I'm a big fan of Vampire Survivors, which they had a whole bunch of DLCs. I'm expecting them to add more content for this game as well. And if you, some of the previews for the game, I'm just playing the demo here, but some of the previews for this game, it shows like an entire hand just full of cards and just so many actions being done. And so I'm fully expecting that this game's a lot like Vampire Survivor, that things kind of escalate quickly. So in Vampire Survivors, you start with like one little weapon that attacks every couple seconds, right? You're running around the screen. But towards the end, like everything around you is just blowing up. It's kind of one of those walk around and shoot 'em games that you play for your phone. This though is on PC. It's Vampire Survivors is awesome. You got to check it out. But yeah, nerd alert for Vampire Crawlers. This game it looks pretty fun.
You can kill them with the Bible.
Yeah.
Bible.
The King Bible.
The King Bible.
Yeah, yep. I guess
Okay.
King James is must be copyrighted or something. But yeah, they use a lot of there's a lot of Castlevania references in this, and like that genre of game. Or even like the knife kind of reminds me of Super Ghouls and Ghosts a bit, but and the axe for like Castlevania, same with the Bible and Holy Water. So yeah, then you even got some different characters you pick up through there. You can level up your character in between matches and levels, different dungeons, and yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Does look pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's got a very nostalgic feel to it.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it does.
Yep, this is where you can kind of upgrade your characters, and like has different quests for you, like reach level 10 in the Mad Forest. Just gives you a little quests and stuff. That's your little village, and then you can go back out to the map and take a look around there. But yeah, it's got settings in here, and yeah, and you have unlocks
cool.
and all that. So each time you
Check it
go
out.
through a map, you can maybe get a little bit further if you have trouble with it, because your character kind of gains overall status boosts as you play. just like they do in Vampire Survivors. So, but yeah, you can see the little map down there where you turn which way your direction, then either move forward or backwards and whatnot, and then you run into these little battles. So. Definitely has a nostalgia kind of Doom type feel if you aren't familiar with blobbers. Yeah, Doom's another one you can kind of compare it to, but you have this kind of weird movement scheme, and yeah, it's a charming little game, nice indie game. So yeah.
You're good with all that and those nostalgia graphics. Still playing a game today that doesn't ever bother you?
No, nope. As long as the game was created in an artistic way, or I feel like it's, it has some kind of artistry to it. I really don't mind what the graphics are like. And like something like this, I might play this and have something on the side, like a TV show or something.
Yeah.
Just, because I can focus on this, like when it gets very difficult, right? When you need to lock in, like, hey, I'll pause the show and lock in on this, but otherwise it's a turn-based game, right? So there's no major stressors, anything like that. You can take your time between turns. So for me, some of these retro games are a good way to kind of unwind, and just kind of relax. Like there's a Pokemon Auto Chess game, that, I mean, the graphics are very basic. The gameplay is not very interactive. It's a little bit, but with auto chess games, it's more of like a purchase and management system. So yeah, so sometimes that's just the kind of laid back experience I want. This is the new turn-based RPG for me, these types of games. But yeah.
You play against the computer or other players?
This is against a computer. Okay. I don't for Vampire Survivors they did make a 2-player mode, but you're on the same team in that.
Okay.
But there's more strategy as you go and like different items. It's fun to get different go for different strategies and collect different items in these types of games too. That's one of the more interesting things. Is what broken thing can I figure out how to make on my own in this, So I'll sacrifice graphics for mechanics any day of the week. If I like the mechanics, looks like they put effort into it, I'm good with it,
And they were going for the nostalgia look anyways.
Yeah.
You could tell.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just curious because sometimes I get a little hung up on it. Once in a while I can take it for a bit, and then sometimes it feels I just get kind of tired of it. I don't know why. Because I used to love that stuff, but anymore I get a little. I'm just curious. That's why I've never played like I can't do like the Minecraft thing. Never been able to do it.
Yeah, there's some games where I can definitely understand that. I think with Minecraft, that's one of those games that Minecraft has been. There's just so much that you can do that I find it interesting. But I think 7 Days to Die is a better game than Minecraft any day of the week.
Yeah, and same thing for me. Like with I say that Enshrouded. It's the same kind of thing. You can just build whatever the hell you want to build. And
yeah,
I mean, when it comes to like being able to build like a mechanism, it's kind of neat. You get people building functional things inside of Minecraft and things like that. I nerd out on that. I think it's really cool. I'm never gonna do it because I don't want to look at it.
Yep.
Like I give mad appreciation to the game and what it's capable of, and to the people that love it. It's just I don't ever give the game any shade. It's just not for me. I just cannot. I've grown up with video games, and as it's gotten better and better and better and better, I just cannot find myself falling back. And like I tried to go back and play what was the sequel to Xenoblade or not Xenoblade
Xenogear?
No, Chrono. Oh my god, my brain's fried up.
That's okay.
It'd be hard to go back to play Atari games.
Fair.
Chrono Trigger.
Okay.
So Chrono Trigger. I really love the Chrono Trigger game. I wanted to go back and play it. Can't do it. I can't hack the graphics.
I think
even
the
later one.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
I think for some of those older games, there's some conventions that they don't have that modern games do have that make them a little bit more interesting. like for a game like this, you're constantly doing action over action over action, right? Whereas a game like Chrono Trigger, you're reading through text, you're just going screen by screen by screen. I think that's
Yeah.
one part of it is maybe this games like this are a little bit ADHD enough for me that I don't
Yeah,
get
I
hung
can
up
see
on the
that.
graphics. I'm more focused on like, hey, let's get through the cards, let's do this the optimal play and move forward. So that could be part of it.
And it doesn't look bad. Like I'm watching it,
No.
it's fun looking. I just curious how I'm gonna feel about it. I'll try it out.
There you go.
Especially there's a demo you could play to
Yeah.
see how much you do like it.
It sounds funny. What I'm most enticed by is this little map at the bottom, the little directional map. I
Yeah.
freaking love that. I love that little map for some reason.
It reminds me of like I said, Doom, but you know, just it's kind of charming. I like it. So,
Uh-huh.
and you know, with Vampire Survivors, it gets kind of addicting, like picking up items and seeing all the shit that's going on in your screen, and how like you're just trying to avoid getting hit by the enemies on screen. For this, I think it's going to be enjoyable just seeing how much shit you can build. Like there are upgrades for cards that let you draw a card, so I can just imagine like, you know, putting a bunch of draw cards on your cards, so you're just drawing through your deck in a turn or whatever, right? So yeah, I'm gonna have to play a little bit more around with this one. It looks good.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, there's another game coming out, Loot Bound. That's a game where it's kind of the same blobber type feeling, but it's more inventory management. You have like an RPG party. It's very basic, has kind of the same graphics, but a lot of what you do is managing inventory for these characters, and you try and get an optimal equipment so your little adventuring party is able to defeat the final boss at the end of each wave of things you're going through. So if RPGs or turn-based card games are your thing, those are two games you can go to, either Loot Bound or we have Vampire Crawlers. I've heard a lot of good things about Slay the Spire too, which
I've heard of that game for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
haven't seen it.
Slay the Spire, I think it's probably very similar to this. Maybe it doesn't do the retro graphics quite as much, but it is a card-based RPG game. So I kind of like the card thing. That's probably from me being a Magic the Gathering player, right? But yeah, yep. So there's a couple cute little indie games that are pretty fun. Quick, easy, addictive titles that you can play for a couple days and then move on to something else, you know?
I own Slay the Spire. I thought I did.
There you
I must
go.
have got it with the Humble Bundle or something at one point in time. I have too many
That's
games.
Humble
Too
Bundle
many games.
for you.
Yeah.
There's Slay the Spire 1 and 2.
Yep. 2 just came out recently, I think.
Oh, and Slay the Princess.
Well, that's a whole other game.
I
So
know.
I don't know what kind of game that is,
hey.
but I can only imagine some weird stuff on Steam. I'll tell you what.
Oh, good choices, nerds.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, guys, I think that's all I have, unless you guys have anything else.
Cool. Well, 3 different different
Yeah.
things for the Nerd Alert tonight. That's nice. That's pretty cool.
Nerd alert.
Yeah. Nerd alert! Nerd alert!
Nerd alert. Nerd alert. Nerd alert. Next nerd alert. Someone's got to work on the little.
Yeah, we're gonna need a button.
You guys remember Woot? Woot.com? Woot, WOOT.com. So you know Woot, like in the exclamation in games, something happens, people say Woot.
Woot, woot,
That's
woot.
actually a shortened version of Wow Loot. That's what it means. It's Wow Loot.
Is
But
it? Okay.
yeah, but they used to have a website called Woot.com, and every day they sold one thing, and they just sold until they were out. And it was all kinds of cool shit. It was nerdy. It's still kind of around, but I think Amazon kind of bought it out.
Yeah, it says an Amazon company.
Yeah, so they still have the one item a day, but it's not as good as it was. I mean, before there was some really wild, just like unique things you get it. But anyway, the whole point of that is they had a light that went off every day that was in the thing. It just reminded me of the Nerd Alert light. So
Yeah.
alert! Nerd alert!
I loved Woot.com. Spent way too much money on it, but I loved Woot.com.
Oh man, good stuff.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well,
Yeah.
it's been
Good
an awesome
stuff.
episode, and we
Always.
will catch you all later.
Have a good night.
Bye,
See you,
nerds.
Bye.
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 Nerd alert! Nerd alert! Nerd alert!
It's our voices
What,
with
step
your
aside and
imagination.
watch how my
Our
adoring
theories take
fans
us
flock
down
to me.
endless rabbit holes. We give our fellow nerds